This is Peter Boykin with MAGA First News on MAGA One Radio, part of the MAGA Network. Before we go into the news about the Biden and the Democrat DNC and stuff, just wanted to let everybody know about Trump stock. Trump stock's going to be in October 4th through the 6th in Kingman, Arizona. You can get tickets to Trump stock at trumpstock.net. Also, if you're interested in helping out the cause, we need to get funding for the radio station. You can join our Patreon at patreon.com/Peter Boykin, or you can send funds directly at paypal.me/MAGA First News. So, Harris puts Biden's record on race on trial at debate, and Trump predicts victory over Dems on this issue. Harris puts Biden's race record on trial in round 2 of the Democratic primary debate. Democratic primary frontrunner Joe Biden ran into a formidable challenge on last Thursday night's debate from U.S. Senator Kamala Harris, who tapped into her prosecutor toolbox to put his race record on trial. Following the controversy over his comments on segregationist senators, and perhaps the most heated moment of the night, Harris told Biden she doesn't believe he is a racist, but considers his recent comments about being able to work with segregationist senators early in his career hurtful. Now, Biden has said he disagreed with the senators on segregationism, but was still able to work with them in the Senate. But that explanation did not deter Harris during Thursday's debate. You worked with them to oppose busing, Harris said, according to efforts to limit orders for school desegregation by busing. In an emotional moment, she told her own story of being bused as a little girl in California. Biden fired back that Harris's comments were a mischaracterization of my position across the board. Biden, though, mostly kept his focus on the candidate he really wants to face, President Trump. He repeatedly invoked the name and record of the popular running mate Barack Obama and brushed back swipes at his age from long-shot candidate Eric Swalwell, who repeatedly called on him to pass the torch. It's unclear whether the clash with Harris might damage Biden, considering most prior controversies have not dinged his poll numbers, or simply given Harris some needed momentum. Meanwhile, Senator Bernie Sanders avoided any direct clash with Biden. He spent much of the night defending his big government agenda against questions from moderators and criticism from more centrist-leaning and lower-polling candidates. Several rivals took issue with some of Sanders' socialistic policies like Medicare for All and free college tuition. South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg broke with Sanders in saying while he supports free college for children of low and middle income, I just don't believe it makes sense to ask working class families to subsidize even the children of billionaires. Still, the debate also made clear how Democrats have moved to the left on issues relating to immigration. All 10 Democrats raised their hands when asked if their government health care plan would cover illegal immigrants. Pollster Frank Lutz summed all of this on the Ingram angle on Thursday. He said, "This is not your parents' Democratic Party." Meanwhile, Trump likes what he saw in the Democratic debate from afar. At one time, some pundits were predicting that Democrats could defeat President Trump and the Republican Party on health care. However, thanks to the Democratic Party's stance on health care for illegal immigrants, Trump and Republicans are feeling very confident. While attending the G20 summit in Osaka, Japan, the president said Democratic White House contenders' willingness to extend government health care to illegal immigrants in America will get him reelected. Trump said all Democrats just raised their hands for giving millions of illegal aliens unlimited health care. How about care for American citizens first? He then added, that's the end of that race. Meanwhile, friends of missing Utah student spot activity on Instagram account. The search for missing Utah student Mackenzie Look has taken a particular twist. Friends on Look told Fox News that they noticed activity on an Instagram account on Wednesday and turned the information over to the authorities. Look's personal Instagram account liked a page called Fatherless around noon, and her friends quickly took screenshots to document the activity and turn over to the police. The Fatherless handle had more than 47,000 followers as of early Friday, but was following only 15 accounts, not including that of Lewick. The 23-year-old woman was last seen meeting an unknown individual around 3 a.m. June 17th at a park in Salt Lake City after being dropped off by a Lyft driver. She hailed the ride after flying in from Los Angeles, where she had attended her grandmother's funeral. While the Lyft driver has been cleared, police searched the Salt Lake City home of the man they said is a person of interest for about 19 hours in the past 2 days. Police said they had also looking for a mattress and a box spring removed from the home last week. Meanwhile, Iraqi general accused Navy SEAL did not stab ISIS prisoner. The Iraqi general at the scene of the alleged murder of the Islamic State prisoner in Iraq in 2017 testified in a deposition videos played in court Thursday that Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher never stabbed the teenage detainee. In a recording made earlier this month, Major General Abbas al-Jabori testified he never saw Gallagher stab the detainee in the neck. Gallagher served alongside Abbas' unit in the advise and assist capacity in Mosul. Abbas told the defense lawyer if he had witnessed improper contact from the SEALs, he had have taken action. Last week, a Navy SEAL, Special Operator First Class Corey Scott testified that Abbas's unit tortured, raped, and murdered prisoners. Scott said he killed the ISIS prisoner by putting his thumb over the detainee's breathing tube in order to save him from falling into the hands of Abbas's unit. France is highly motivated in the World Cup showdown with Team USA. The United States has its ranking and its trophies, and that's all the motivation France needs. The Americans might face the French on Friday night at the Women's World Cup, a match that's been described as a final in the quarterfinals. It really has it all. The defending champions against the upstart hosts. The City of Lights, a sellout crowd. They've got a great trophy cabinet, and we still have everything to prove. French captain Amin Henry said, the only downside, the country is in the midst of a heat wave, and temperatures are expected to soar into the 90s. Although a 9 p.m. local start time should bring some cooling, France is seeking to become the first nation to simultaneously hold the men's and women's World Cup trophies. The men won last year in Russia. The United States already has 3 FIFA Women's Cup World Trophies, most of any nation. Meanwhile, there's must-reads out there. You can do searches for this. Acting Homeland Security Chief denies leaking info on the ICE raids. He said it's just not true. Trump tells Putin not to meddle in the election. His tone was criticized. And what is 2020 candidate Maureen Williamson's net worth? Meanwhile, there's minding your business. Supreme Court blocks citizenship question on the 2020 census for now. And Apple's iPhone designer Joni Eve to exit company. And these U.S. cities have the most seniors age 65 and over working. That's your news today, folks. Just remember, Trump stock, trumpstock.net, October 4th through the 6th. Going to be in MAGA country in Kingman, Arizona. Check it out. Get your ticket today. Also, again, if you'd like to help out, join our Patreon, patreon.com/Peter Boykin, or help out directly at paypal.me/MAGAverseNews. God bless everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Please share.